Guys, I've heard a lot of talk about the Hunt path needing to get buffed, Hunt being bad, and overall just like not in a very good position in the current version of Honkai Star Rail, which at this point in time is like what, version 2.1. I respectfully disagree with that entire statement. There's a number of reasons why I do. One of the big things is like I tweeted about it, and I made a community post on it going over Zila. I'm doing like this high in-depth analysis on Zila as a character right now since she was our first limited time banner. So you will see that video at some point in the near future, maybe a week or two, depending on how lucky I get with my RNG on relics. Regardless, that being said, we're going to go over the new patch notes or updates coming into Honkai Star Rail, the developer radio, because this seems to be the catalyst for where a lot of that information is coming from. And we'll just talk about it. I'm on Twitch. We're streaming. So hi, YouTube, everybody that's in here. And if you want to join, come through on Twitch. We just got partnered. I'm not making a big deal out of it on this video, but like,
hold on. Do you want a chance to win a free gaming console or $10,000 worth of Amazon gift cards? So right now, if you download Raid Shadow Legends' new Spring Hunt minigame using my link in the description down below, you can enter for a chance to win one of these free rewards. Huge shout outs to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Even better is the fact that during the spring event, they have another event going on, and just for logging in, you can get yourself a free legendary character. That's like a 6-star rarity if I'm not mistaken. You don't even gotta grind for her. For any new players like myself, Chronicler Adelyn can be a huge boost into your account thanks to the amazing value of her debuffs, heals, and the fact that she ignores debuff blocking, or it's the fact that she ignores your ability to block her buffs. Wouldn't that be the same thing? So you might be saying to yourself, all that stuff sounds great, but how do I get it? Don't worry, I got you covered. All you need to do after downloading Raid with my link in the description is to head to springhunt.plarium.com and enter your raid ID to join the competition. Easy enough, yeah? I also just created a new clan over on my secondary channel for Raid Shadow Legends called Eoverse. So after you download the game, make sure to come over there and join my clan. So break out that handy dandy internet browser and join me today in Raid Shadow Legends.
Anyhow, we're over here now, yeah? Voice of the Galaxy Developer Radio. Hello, Trailblazers. Welcome to the Voice of the Galaxy. This edition is about the Developer Radio. In this edition, we're introducing two major updates coming to future versions. Come and have a look. I've seen a lot of this stuff so far. Some of this I haven't seen, right? Like, so what do we have here? Simulated Universe major update. This is big. Let me zoom in for y'all so y'all can read this along with me, yeah? In version 2.3, Simulated Universe will undergo a huge update in the form of the Divergent Universe. The new Divergent Universe will make grand overhauls to the gameplay. Are they changing Sim Universe to Divergent, or is Divergent a new mode? Is that what this is? A new mode. Okay, awesome. So we have a new mode. There will be more varied combinations between blessings and curios. We'll also gain more unique effects. That's good because some of the blessings and curios just kind of feel worthless at this point. But they make some interesting things for sure. Regardless of whether you're a frequent player of the current Simulated Universe, all Trailblazers can participate in this updated Divergent Universe with ease. Also become a major research focus in the future for the Simulated Universe. Current Sim Universe will remain the same. Trailblazers can still play the game, earn points, and obtain planar ornaments. Though the Divergent Universe is still undergoing final adjustments, there are some details we can share right now. In Divergent, the all new planar ornament quick claim function will be made available. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. After clearing Divergent Universe, Trailblazers can enter the curios and blessings they obtained in this run into a save file. Whoa! So you only have to beat it once a week. Hey, and you can just keep farming. Now, what's going to be interesting, because I know that some people like to use Simulated Universe, the 25 times farm or whatever. That could be something that I see people doing, or still running Divergent if you get rewards that way. But if you can just clear it like quick claim and you get all those rewards anyway, that'll be really interesting. New Divergent Universe rewards also has its own unique rewards. Completing Divergent Universe allows Trailblazers to collect various leveling materials. Okay, that's what I want in Stellar Jades. I don't care about the Stellar Jades. I know you guys do. It's free to play. For me, it's all about the leveling materials. I've been saying this since version 1.3. We need more resources to level up characters, to level up relics, to get the traces, the trace materials, all that kind of stuff. Giving us more of that material will significantly improve the player experience overall, as far as building teams, characters, things like that. So this is going to be really big, especially if it's like appropriate. Clearing Divergent will also net you weekly points for the current. Okay, so you can still knock out 2 birds, 1 stone. This is really good. Restart a challenge with a single button to avoid suffering from unexpected. I like this. I like this. Same thing they added from MOC, or to MOC, they're putting in Divergent. This is good. Will this work in Sim Universe? New permanent game mode, Apocalyptic Shadow. Love the name of that. The new permanent game mode, Apocalyptic Shadow, Apocalyptic Shadow will bid Trailblazers welcome on version 2.3. That's pretty close. Optimizations will also be arriving for Pure Fiction and Forgotten Hall. Beautiful. In Apocalyptic Shadow, Trailblazers must face materializations of the finality and defeat bosses they have faced before. Didn't we get a clips of this or a little glimpse of this in Acheron's live stream where we saw Yang Qing doing like his super ultra mega animated ultimate, or we saw Coco do? Yeah, we did. Okay, that's what I thought. So now we're finally getting this into the game. We're getting more details on this. This is big. They will have slight differences between them and regular enemy bosses. Trailblazers can check out the details by reading about the enemy's traits when the battle begins. Okay, new combat strategies and richer gameplay. Now let me talk about this for a brief moment. I like this is because for as much as I've been talking about going into a new the game is going into a new meta direction, right? This being another mode will encourage players to have to build teams. Right now we have this hypercarry agenda, and I know people think that like I hate it. I don't hate hypercarry. I don't think that it's going anywhere inherently. I've always been saying hypercarry is not specifically like team building in the same way that building for IPC Emergency or a Dr. Numby or Black Widow. These are all team names, by the way, guys. So like DOT, Ratio and Topaz, Aventurine, all of these kind of things have dedicated purposes and how to operate the function or operate the engine, right? Use the engine to get to the function. That's what these teams are designed for. Hypercarry does have an engine, using the engine to get to the function, but most hypercarry teams fall under the same principle. Mega buff that one DPS and then let it do its work. Now there are some hypercarry teams, again, I'll talk about this specifically in the Zila video or the Zila deep dive, the analysis of that, right? But characters like Zila, for instance, the way they function with hypercarry is a lot different than a character like Jing Liu or even Daniel. Daniel also has a little bit of his own way or own methods to function in hypercarry because not all hypercarry works with Daniel. Jing Liu is a different story, and a few other DPS characters as well. Even Wen Dan Heng, while I was doing my research on Zila, Wen Dan Heng doesn't operate the same way that other hypercarry characters or teams would want to operate. So there are some variations to running hypercarry, but as a community, these are things that aren't really discussed. Like no one's telling you hypercarry Wen Dan Heng run it, right? Or how to do that. No one's talking about that. Right now, the community thinks that Zila is an A tier character, or worse, they think she's not top 5 DPS. There's a bunch of things that go into what is actually happening on the team. And so what I'm saying and why this is good is that a lot of what's happening in the game is the game slowly, because right, we're in 2.1 now, 2.2, 2.3. This has been happening since basically 1.6, a little bit of 1.4. Topaz came out in 1.4, right? 1.4, we got Ratio. So I'm going to say 1.6 to be safe. This has been happening since 1.6. By the time 2.3 gets here, if you have not properly learned how to play a team, and when I say play a team, I mean you operate that bad boy from head to toe. You know how to action advance forward. You know what speed values you need. The team is in a high investment category. They're built out properly. You know how your relics are running. You know what relics to activate when. All that kind of stuff is so important coming into the game by 2.3. So a lot of this stuff that's going to be happening once 2.3 gets here is totally team dependent. We are moving away from the fact that like one sole DPS character and 90 different supports are going to carry you through everything in the game. We're not there anymore. We haven't been there for a little bit. We've seen that. A lot of you have seen that with this recent MOC. The latest MOC with Aventurine, the Dinos. A lot of you guys are seeing, damn, I didn't get Ron May, so I don't have the break. I don't have the amplified toughness meter. How do I get around this? Oh, I didn't pull Sui Yi. I didn't invest in Sui Yi. I can't do that either. How do I get around this? Oh, is there anyone else that has enhanced break? Su Shang. I don't really want to use Su Shang. Su Shang's bad. Okay, well then what else options? Like, you don't really have a lot of options here. I'm gonna use Sparkle. Okay, what about your Aventurine side? I don't know. That's where we're here now, and I make memes and joke about it, not to make fun of anyone. I'm quite literally repeating the stuff that I've seen on Reddit, Twitter, other people's streams, YouTube videos. A lot of people are complaining right now about the current MOC because they can't beat it, and so they think it's unfair. This is power creep. I didn't pull Acheron. I skipped Acheron for Sparkle. This is BS. Why am I being punished? That's not what's happening. You haven't been properly taking the time to look at what the game has been like slowly forcing down your throat. And I know the word force sounds pretty dramatic, right? And it could be seen as negative. It's not a negative thing. It's been happening. It's been happening. So this is good. Obtain up to 720 jades in each phase of Apocalyptic Shadow. That's another rack. So now we're getting to a point where collectively, I think what Pure Fiction, MOC, Apocalyptic Shadow, and then Sim Universe, that's like 3 10 pulls, right? Collectively, or is it just like 2.5? If you get that per little phase here, that's really good. That'll be really good. Addition of the new Apocalyptic Shadow game mode, the regular game modes will also be undergoing scheduling shifts. So Apocalyptic Shadow is going to happen week 1. So we start with Apocalyptic Shadow. That's great. They are starting us off immediately with the new hard in-game mode. Really good. Week 3, so after 2 weeks, we're going to get Pure Fiction. And then after that, so week 5, we're going to get Memory of Chaos. We're going to end off with Memory of Chaos. This is a little weird. Not because like Apocalyptic Shadow isn't good. It's just, I don't know, maybe Pure Fiction being in the middle isn't a bad thing, right? Week 7, Pure Fiction, and then MOC. Okay, and then we pick it up here. MOC last, Apocalyptic Shadow 2. I like this. I don't know if 2 weeks is 2 weeks enough for you guys. How do y'all feel about that? Or would you prefer 1 week switches? Maybe, you know what? Honestly, I think now that I've played it in like PvP, I think I'm okay with 2 weeks. 2 weeks gives you 1 week to build the character that you might need. And then the second week, you go all out. You go all out, you can clear it out. You have enough time to do whatever it is that you need. I think 2 weeks is fine. You want 1 week switches? The reason I don't think 1 week switches are okay overall is because we don't have the player base for that yet. 1 week would be better because it lasts and it won't switch for 6 weeks now, possibly. Well, I mean, Apocalyptic Shadow is not gonna switch at all, which I think this is good, right? Apocalyptic Shadow staying here all of week 1 through 6, that's good because that's the new in-game mode, and then it just alters everything else afterwards. I think that's fine. Team setup function optimization. The crew will make certain optimizations to the team setup system in Apocalyptic Shadow, Pure Fiction, Memory Chaos. Trailblazers can set up their teams in advance when playing the above game modes. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now let this work all throughout the game. Additionally, a new function will allow Trailblazers to drag and drop characters. What? That's big. I know that might not seem like a lot for you guys, especially like PlayStation players, but on mouse and keyboard, that's really good. Very, very user-friendly. Consult your friends' ideas behind their team. What? View the team setups their friends use to clear Pure Fiction and Forgotten Hall. In future updates, Trailblazers will also be able to view the key stats, relics, and light cones the characters in their friends' teams are using. Should you be out of ideas for these permanent and challenging game modes, you can use the new system to consult your... This is good. This is big. Coming into the next update too, right? This is Boot Hill / Robin update. This is big. The reason I say this is big is because I know somebody be like, oh man, this is taking away from the YouTube jobs. No, it's not. In particular, what this is doing is it's allowing you to be more involved with the game from a knowledgeable standpoint. Oh, after version 2.2. No, it says after version 2.2. So this would happen here. I get the key stats, I'm assuming would happen in like 2.3, right? But this says after the version 2.2 update. They wouldn't have, unless it's a translation error, because I imagine this would be 2.3 if they wanted this particular thing to be 2.3. But the reason I say this is good and it keeps you a little bit more involved in the game is because as a new player, as a learning player, if I'm looking for something, right? Like if let's say that my friend ran, like Sarah, right? Let's say Sarah ran the Sushan comp versus Aventurine. What the fuck was she on? How did she do that? And I can look at it, go over it, see what happened. The only thing that would make this better is a replay system. If they made a replay system so that I could watch the actual run, like a recorded run of what happened on a server, that would be huge. Replay system sucks ass. No, it would not. No, it would. In any game, trust me, someone coming from like, again, I'm still saying Valorant needs a fucking replay system, but coming from fighting games, a replay, they don't have to stop watching YouTube. A replay system allows you to learn in game. And then when you have questions, you can take that to YouTube. But a replay system is huge for trying to learn things, because right now, my biggest issue with the community is the fact that we as a community are not learning from a, first of all, we have two different, there's a casual side of things. This doesn't mean free to play, by the way. I mean like literally casual. Then you have people who want to know about the game. They want to learn, they get knowledgeable. They don't want to be unintelligent about the game. So they go out of their way to learn more about the game. Then you have the casual player they repeat information. They know a little bit about the game, right? The basics, but they don't know enough about the game. But because they repeat information, they parrot, they make it so as if they know everything about the game, and there's no way they could be wrong. Those are the casual players. They're the problem. They're at the 100%. They are the problem because Neps. I'm not going to call them intellectually malnourished. I won't do that. But they are the problem right now. And it doesn't mean that everyone has to be fucking like you got to crack on the game and know everything. That's not what I'm saying either. What I'm saying is it's one thing to not know and then learn. It's another thing to not know and then repeat things or parrot information as if you are the expert on it when you're not. Having a system in game that allows you to learn on your own without any other outside influence allows you to take the time on your own to learn said thing. A lot of people can be embarrassed about asking questions or learning. Hell, even some of the content creators, they don't like to slide in the DMs. They don't want to comment publicly on YouTube videos. They don't want to ask things on Twitter. They don't want to interact with someone that is very much clearly, well, I'm speaking strictly to like creators, right? Another creator might not want to ask an obviously more knowledgeable creator how to progress for more help or info, whatever, because they don't want to feel less than, embarrassed, or anything like that. So they find other means to get that information, however that may be. And most of the time that could be fine. But the problem comes into play when you then parrot, again, parroting the information to a larger audience or a smaller audience, whatever. And then now more people are parroting that information. That's the problem. I am 100% behind having this type of function in the game, being able to look at your friends' teams, what they did. And like I said, taking this a step further, adding a replay system to this particular thing. Imagine watching your friend having a replay system, right? Imagine being able to watch their run to see step by step what they did to zero cycle something. They don't have to be a YouTuber. They don't have to be a content creator. They don't have to be in the Discord. You could befriend somebody from CN. I know you can't because of the regions, but still, right? You could see someone doing it. I want to be able to repeat that or recreate it. How do they do it? And you break it down. This would even be huge for creators. Imagine so many of you guys are like, man, I zero cycled so-and-so. I just did a 800K with my Zila. Show it to me. Oh, I'm not a creator. I don't record content. I don't have any proof. But with the new replay system, you have proof. That would be great. That would be great. Is that it? That's it. Damn, we got to the end of that. That was the last little bit of the update. So overall, I like the update. I think this is a good update. I think this going into the future, very good. The last thing that I was going to bring up, but I might make it its own video. We'll probably go over it tomorrow. My eye is starting to tweak out. Was the 4 new characters getting ready to come in 2.2. Those are very important. I made a tweet about that. But like I said, we'll go over that tomorrow. Probably on stream. I'll pop another stream. We're partnered now, so I'm obligated to do that. But I'll see you guys next time. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I'll see y'all later. YouTube, thank you guys for watching today's video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel, thoughts and opinions on the new update. If you like it, if you love it, if you hate it, what you're looking forward to, how do you feel about the replay system, all that jazz. I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later. Now for my